Hey, it's Tara. So it's Thanksgiving here in Canada, and I'm taking moments this weekend to reflect on gratitude, of course, like most people are doing. And part of what I'm grateful for, obviously, is my family. I live in bliss with this family that I've created, my kids and I. I just bask in this peaceful glow of what's been created in the love in this house. So that's always a big one for me. I'm deeply in love with my life, as imperfect as it is. And that comes from doing a lot of work in the kind of work I do for other people to self-regulate, to come to a place of calm baseline in your nervous system for which to operate from your life. If you're dysregulated, you don't feel grateful. You just feel constant stress and burnout and pressure, and you miss moments. The only moments that count in your life, which are the moments with other people, which are the quality of your relationships, and all of the rest of your success. If you're regulated, it's easier to find, it's easier to hold and to sustain, so that you have time for things that actually matter, that on the last day that you have on this earth are the only things that you're going to remember. So that's easier when you come from a place of being regulated. And this is the kind of work I do. And there's gratitude in that also, in the kind of work I do with other people. Particularly, I'm finding it so rich to work with a lot of really successful entrepreneurs and businessmen, and men in particular. Women, because I am one, it's easy to resonate, it's easy to do the work, it's easy to connect with what women need. What's great about the work that I'm doing right now with men is that a lot of men are really misunderstood, and a lot of men really misunderstand themselves. What's great about highly successful type A driven men that are either just successful in business or as entrepreneurs is that the struggle that they have is often really invisible. And so the men that I've surrounded myself with as part of my personal mastermind for my own entrepreneurship, my own business ownership success, to draw on different minds and experiences and have a collective sense of purpose and drive and the things I learned from them. What I love about them is that they're teaching me more about men than I ever would have known. That helps me in my practice in the work that I do. What's great about these men is that not only are they type A, highly driven, highly motivated, highly energized, and killing it at their jobs, but they are also doing deep dives into their personal work. They're also doing spiritual work. They're also really committed to their families and to their relationships, and somehow they're doing it all. And they're doing it all while protecting their health, while protecting their focus and their productivity. But I have to say their area of struggle is typically in their relationships, making sure that they're really present and connecting with family and their kids, and making a difference outside of what they do for work. And so what impresses me about these men is their commitment to doing benevolent things, generous acts, and the humility that they're really seeking to have, and the quietness in that giving. And so the men that I work with that are outside my mastermind, what I'm loving about that work is that because we work right brain to right brain, it's all unconscious, it's all nonverbal, I'm able to pick up on things that they need to hear and fill in gaps for them where they're stuck, or where they've been stuck their whole lives, or where they didn't get what they needed at any point in their lives. I'll get the phrase that pays. I'll get the thing that they need to hear, and I'll be able to speak it to them at the time they need to hear it. I help them regulate their maxed out nervous system so that they can increase their resilience and be better at everything. When men are able to regulate, they're able to have high levels of productivity and focus without compromise. So it's not about doing less and about shrinking all the areas of your life so that you can just excel in one area. It's about increasing your resiliency and being more regulated so that you can actually do more and do it well. And where men are really finding this work powerful is in the fact that they're able to stop putting their relationships on the back burner. They're able to have better work relationships and have better mentorship and coaching relationships, friendships, areas of health and fitness that they didn't experience before. Clarity and creativity are in abundance when your nervous system is regulated. And overall, these men value having a sense of feeling in control of themselves. And they do, and they're able to use that sense of control over themselves in every area of their lives. So these men continually impress me in the work that they do on themselves without compromising their own success. I have one man that I haven't worked with, but I met, and he just has really changed the way that I do the work that I do with men, and even in my relationships and my friendships with men as well. This man is like what most of these men are like. They look the part, they look predictable on the outside. They are what you expect on the outside, but they are not what you expect on the inside. So this man, former MMA fighter, UFC, but he comes into this event and everybody's captivated him, not because of his stature or how he looks, but because he's humble and he's kind and he is offering to help wherever he can. He's really outside of himself, giving of himself as he does his own personal work to heal his own wounds, to make his own life feel more whole. But in that, somewhere in there, it clicked that there's value in giving to others. And he just posted a story about this old man that's on his last days, that he's been really walking side by side. So this man didn't die alone. It wasn't part of this long suffering all by himself. And I don't know if this guy is married. I don't know if he has kids. I don't know what his relationships are like, but people value him all over the place. They value him, they respond to him, and they really respect what he's doing in the ways that are unexpected. There's not a lot of attention for all of the things that he puts out that are expected of him and the persona that he carries with him from his career. Where he's making a difference is in every area of life, in this quiet humility and this constant working on himself, and still achieving mass success in business, in Hollywood, in a whole bunch of different places. And so one of the things I want to encourage you to do, if you are one of these people, stop limiting yourself with terms like maxed out. Stop putting things that really matter, like people, on the back burner. Start doing your own work. Start doing work that really matters, which is not sitting there talking about like talk therapy, where you just talk about your childhood, or you talk about all the shitty things that have ever happened to you, or you talk about your business. Do right brain to right brain connection. Get another grounded nervous system to help you through this process, to help you be bigger and better, as opposed to just trying to shrink your world to manage what you can manage because you are secretly overwhelmed in your own life just by your business alone. If you are overwhelmed by your business and you are shrinking all the other areas of your life or putting them on the back burner, you are missing out. You are going to regret everything that you've pushed aside, everyone you've pushed aside as you go forward in this success. And it might not matter to you now, but it will matter to you one day. What if, instead of shrinking your life so that you can feel in control of it, because it's smaller, because it's more manageable, what if you were able to expand it and do more and feel more and be more without compromise? That's the kind of work that I'm so lucky that I get to do. And we're trying to find a way so that I can productize this so I can help more people, but we haven't got there yet. In the meantime, I'm so profoundly grateful for the work that I get to do with people like you, if this is who you are, because it's so incredibly amazing. And the ripple effect of men living their fullest lives in every way, unapologetically, and as big as they were always meant to be, in love, in how they think, in how they process, in how they expand influence into the world. It's magnificent, it's hopeful, it's enlightening, it's encouraging, and it could be where you take your next step and your next level of business too. It's just like having a coach at the gym. I'm just coaching your mind how to think better. I'm just coaching your nervous system how to settle better so that you can be bigger and better and bolder in your own life. So instead of shrinking, instead of limiting yourself by the words that you used, you're not maxed out. You can do more than you think you can do. This is the work that I do to help you do more in the healthiest ways so that you can get everything that you want in this life without sacrificing all the areas that you think that you have to sacrifice. You don't have to do that anymore. So think about how you're talking about the work that you're doing. Think about how often you focus or are distracted by feeling overwhelmed. Realize you don't have to exist in that way. You can actually do way more with the right coach and the right techniques to increase your performance in every area of your life. It's happening with everybody that I'm working with. So, different mindset, to try it out.